This video is not about the Evergoods MPL22, although I will be highlighting this in a future video when I talk about ski packs, because this one's on the list. Great color, definitely high visibility, and it's a really cool pack. An MPL22 is definitely a great outdoor pack. But this video is more about what's in the pack normally, and I've been using action cameras outdoors to record content for my backpack videos and really just everything else. In fact, I used the Ace Pro 1 when I went backpacking in Washington State in August. Since then, Insta360 has actually sent me one of these Ace Pro 2s to highlight its capabilities. So we're going to do that today to tell you about how I use this outdoors and hiking mode. We're also going to, in a little part in a little bit, show you what it looks like downtown in a city environment in Tampa. But this part is all hiking, outdoor focused, what I use, what are the settings to make things look super cool. Now, the Ace Pro 2, both these cameras are set up the same, 4K 30 with a 45-degree horizon lock, so I can move the camera up to 45 degrees and the image doesn't look any different, which is cool. And this is what I normally use as I'm moving this action camera around in different perspectives, because it'll leave the horizon all the same and it looks super smooth from an action camera. Again, 4K 30 is super cool. This camera is 8K capable. The sensors, you can use in 8K. I typically use it in 4K because it allows me to use a clarity zoom, which goes into use the 8K sensor into a 4K image when it's zoomed in. And I also like to give the camera the most capability to use the pixels with its onboard processing to give me the best image, which I do think it does a fantastic job. I should also mention, and I'll show you the different profiles, color profiles, but this one is in the vivid profile outdoors because it's just kind of not that colorful out here, giving it a little boost of color. I'll show you the other color profiles here in just a bit, as we also talk about the accessories that I use when I'm outdoors. And they just came out with some really cool ones, which are going to be definitely a game changer for hiking in the outdoors. Now, when I was hiking in the North Cascades, where I used the Ace Pro 1, a couple key accessories we'll get to in a little bit, but I just keep it on a little selfie stick and I jam it in a pocket on my Bridger, my Mystery Ranch Bridger, which I use in outdoor mode all the time. Today we've got a new accessory that is really awesome, and it's this mount, the backpack mount, which basically connects to any backpack through the camera straps. It's got a lot of play in the side of it to expand, which allows you to really attach it to any backpack or strap that you want to, and then connect the camera to it. So now you're free. You can, in fact, I'll be using this skiing in a couple of months, just because it's going to give me an awesome perspective, and it's super attached to the backpack. Some other ones that there's just a potential hit a button that's going to fly off, but not this one. It is boom, locked in there, super tight. So the backpack clip is definitely one of the go-to accessories that I would get if you're going to use this outdoors in backpack mode, because this thing is going to stay attached whatever you do. Dog's going crazy. The other thing that they just sent me, which this is the multi-grip. The multi-grip allows you to use it in extended selfie stick mode. Also, it goes into a tripod mode, and you can also hang it from flat objects, which you will hang it something out here in the outdoors. So really, those are the go-to accessories. A, the backpack clip, 2, the multi-mount that I would definitely recommend. The other thing, and it's on this, so we'll show you here, is this little L bracket. So the L bracket allows me to connect it here in this mode, or to go into vertical mode. So if you're going to do some vertical content, which this is going to be a little goofy because I've already started recording in the normal mode. But if you're going to shoot any vertical content for Instagram or TikTok, you can use this in both modes. In fact, that's what I did when I was backpacking. I did a little review of one of the jackets I was wearing at the North Cascades, because I just flipped the camera over and I just recorded it right there. And when I was home, I could use that footage for whatever I wanted, mostly vertical, because that's going to give you the best image. Of course, you could go in 4.3 mode on most of the viewpoints on the camera, and you could crop in. But if I know I'm going to be in vertical mode, I just flip the camera over and go that way. So anyway, this might be a good spot to get into the shadows here, maybe show you some of the color profiles for the camera. So let's get that set up. All right, color profiles. Let's do a little bit of color test. So this one is just the vivid profile. This is the normal profile. Of course, you could adjust it later, but this is just normal flat recording, which you could, boost it, but there is a log profile, so you probably wouldn't use flat very often unless you're just trying to do minor tweaks to your colors. This is Leica Natural. How does it look? Screen looks like maybe it's slightly boosted, but it looks pretty cool either way. This is Leica Vivid. Can you tell a difference? I'll do a little side by side, like, which one's better. I don't know. This is just regular portrait mode. Looks a little blown out in the background, but I guess in theory it should be focused on my face. I don't know. Film setting. Not sure what makes it film setting. Vintage. Probably have to redo this whole thing in a city environment. Not sure I'm really getting the effect that I want. We'll continue. Of course, urban. Not very urban. We'll redo this in the urban setting. Last one is night. Although I'm not really sure why I would use the night setting. Maybe it was dim, because if I'm gonna go night, I'm gonna be in the pure video mode to really highlight and use the best capabilities of the camera. Anyway, those are the color profiles. All right, so we're back in vivid. And again, highlighting this tripod since we're in this mode, because it is a tripod, it's a selfie stick, it's a multi-mount. The fact that you can use it as a base, elevate, give you a better angle, move this thing in a ball head mount in the end. And then what's really cool is there's this little tab that falls out on this thing, so you can hang this from something and just give you, again, multi-mount, which this thing is super cool. Big fan of the multi-mount. And it really, because it compresses down so tightly, just allows you to keep one piece of kit with you and use it in a range of different ways. So that's how I'll use this as I walk around with the Ace Pro 2. Very cool. Some other accessories, since we have you here. Hey, no. Don't. Go. This is a selfie stick that I'll use if you're really just trying to minimize on space. This one extends very compactly. It extends to a medium amount, although this one does the same, if not better. But it's just, a little more, I wouldn't say restricted, but if you just need an extension pole, this one is good as well. Link in the description to that. Another little bit of kit that I would recommend, especially if you're going the distance. In fact, one of my batteries is kind of low. I've been filming with it a bunch out here. Is this battery case, the charging case, which is really, really flexible. Now it's bigger than some of other manufacturers' case, but what's cool about this thing is it allows you to charge. In this case, I have 2 batteries in here for the Ace Pro 2, but it also charges the Insta360 X4 batteries and X3 batteries with a little tiny adapter piece. So the fact that I can use this to charge any of the camera batteries I have with me is really cool. So I'm going multi-camera. Today I'm just using the Ace Pro 2, so I have a couple batteries in here. But if I'm gonna go multi-camera with the X4, then what I'll do is I will have an X4 battery in here and an Ace Pro battery, and I'm covered. And when I swap out the batteries, it'll charge, because this has another, I think it's a 10,000 milliamp battery in here, which is charging the other batteries when they're installed. So kind of keep your batteries refreshed when you're out in the woods and you're far away from an outlet, which we are out here in hike mode. All right, let's pack this thing up, head to Tampa, and give you a refresh of some of the other highlights in a more urban setting. A little different look from Tampa. Here we are, just at the park. Just want to give you a little bit different perspective on how this camera does. In the shadow, we've got HDR turned on, because that's another standout feature of this camera, is that it picks up the highlights and just makes everything look good regardless of the lighting situation. So here we are on the trail in Tampa. Gonna find some more urban settings just to show you what this thing looks like walking around town. Perfect little demo to show you what this thing does and looks like in an urban setting. So here we are downtown Tampa, just light bouncing off everything. This is just a normal vivid mode. Let's switch it over to the urban setting. All right, so here's the urban setting. How's it look? What do you think? I think I'll just keep it in vivid all the time, just to keep it very nice baseline. so that it just looks all the same. But this is the urban setting in an urban environment. One more thing, let's wait till it's nighttime. Let's do that. All right, so wrapping things up, fantastic low light capabilities, pure video mode of the Ace Pro 2. I mean, it just lights up everything. We are about 30 minutes after sunset. Still kind of a bright sky back there, but it's actually pretty dark. But just lights up the entire skyline and is just pretty amazing in terms of a camera that just does it all. So if you're looking for something that can handle your daylight activities, transition to the night, you know, Ace Pro 2 is it. All right, so there you go. Little wrap up on the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 in outdoor mode, hiking, urban, anything you want to use with this thing. It's a perfect vlogging camera. It's good for, you know, action as well. It's a little heavier than some others, but regardless, it is extremely capable. Its front screen is fantastic, and the other specs, you know, 8K capable, 2.5-inch screen, 2 processors on board. It's got a lot going for it, which I really do love. But what you really care about is how does it look outdoors, and that is what I wanted to tell you about today. So, hope you liked this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be doing another video on the Ace Pro 2 over on my other channel, where I'm going to use it in more extreme settings. So if you're interested in that, head on over to my other channel, link in the description to that. We're going to enjoy the weather outside. Hope you're enjoying the weather where you are. A little crunchy with the dead leaves. Regardless, we'll see you in the next one. See ya! So I didn't really plan to put this part in the video, a snowscape image in Georgia. Very unusual weather. Anyway, I'm in 4K 30, just all auto settings, vivid, just so you can see what this looks like. It's overcast, a little bit of rain. The fact that this camera is obviously very weather sealed, it's an outdoor action camera, so I just have no concerns with any of the conditions. So super cool. Yeah. Back to the rest of the video. Hey, come here. Come on.